Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of the Disc Golf Answer Man. All right, this one's from Jared. He says, consistency. How'd I do that? I've been playing.
Good.
I like
Great
your
question.
I've been playing for a couple years now, and I've developed what I consider to be a MA1 level skill, but I seem to struggle with consistency and play at what is a low MA2 level. If I push myself on distance shots, I could get a putt for birdie on almost every hole at my local course. The problem is, though, that about half the time those big shots go OB or I miss a Mando and end up with some big numbers on my scorecard. What's the secret to make consistent 350-ish foot shots on holes with OB and Mandos to get those birdies instead of playing safe for par?
I don't know
Wow.
if there's a secret.
It's really just about staying focused the entire round, as opposed to, sometimes it can be difficult if you're playing like decent or maybe just mediocre throughout the day, and then you kind of maybe relax a little bit on a hole or a tee shot and don't fully commit to a shot, and then you find yourself OB or missing a Mando, and then you put that added pressure on yourself. So really, for me, it's always just been about staying focused the entire time I'm playing, and never letting your guard down, if that makes sense. Always trying to get the best out of each and every shot, as opposed to coming up to a hole that you can kind of relax on. You don't really even on those type of holes, you really don't want to do that. But it can be mentally straining for sure to get through 18 holes or sometimes 36 in a day to doing that. But I know that's how I've had a lot of success over the years, was taking every single shot serious and really putting my all into each and every throw, as opposed to never relaxing or taking any shot for granted.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I've thought, I learned this lesson the hard way a little while ago. I was playing a tournament at Wilco, north of Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hole 10, say,
My home course one winter.
yes, it's so much fun. What a great course.
It is.
There's this hole 10 is a par 5 that kind of like snakes, and it's pretty tough. And I was playing in a tournament. I got through that hole. I don't know. I probably got a 5 or a 6 or something. And I wasn't playing very well the second round, but I thought to myself walking up to hole 11, I was like, well, that's good. I'm past the hard part of the course. Now I can score. I remember thinking that to myself. And hole 11 is just this little chip forehand. And I was almost thinking like, what could go wrong? And then I hit first available, and ended up getting a 4, and the other guys in my card got a 2. I didn't play well at all. So I definitely think there is something to, staying in the moment and like being on your guard for every shot. Focus intently on every single shot. Don't think that you have a certain shot on the back. It's good to feel comfortable over the shot that you're throwing, but don't just think it's a foregone conclusion that you don't need to focus. Another thing that I would say too is, you said when you're going for those big shots and they go out of bounds or miss a Mando, but what you need is 350-ish feet on those holes. What I would do is work in the field on just throwing one angle type shots, because it sounds like for you to reach 350, you're having to throw a big distant shot, and those are just tough to control. Like if you're working the disc over on Anheuser and it's coming back to Heiser, it's just hard to make that really predictable. And so I would just go to the field and work on my distance, especially on my single angle distance. So like a flat shot that just finishes left, or if you've got a good forehand, a flat shot that finishes right. And then just also be honest with yourself about the fact that if you can't reach a hole, there's no shame in just playing for par and attacking other holes. That's not going to be a bad strategy, especially at the MA1-ish level. There are going to be people, like, nobody's birdieing every hole at any level, let alone MA1.
Yeah.
So if there's holes like that where you're not going to reach them, work on that distance, but until you have it where it's consistent and just one angle, man, play for par, take your par. Don't try and push. Par is better than, if you miss a Mando, you're bogey at best, probably.
Yeah. And bogeys aren't always that bad either on
Right.
those type of holes as well. So just keep that information for sure.